Shrutyā yuktya svanubhutya jnatva sarvajñamatmana kvachidāvātsatah prāpta svādhyāsapanayam kuru. This is from Vivek Chudamani of Shankaracharya. Having realized the self, having realized our own self as the self in all, through the scriptures, Shrutya, Yuktya mean by through logic, Svanubhutya by our own direct experience. By doing that, what do you do? If there is some thought appearing, you diligently put an end to that superimposition. It says, I am Neelakantan, I am father, I am mother, something like that comes, immediately say, I am Atman. And put an end to that. To whom is this thought coming? To me, who am I? The same process should go on automatically in the mind and immediately go back to the source.
It is very simple. By a wrong belief, we think I am body-mind. If by a wrong belief, we can stuck up as body-mind, then by a right belief, why can't we get out? Isn't it? If the wrong belief can make you in this unrealistic identity for so long, now when you know what reality is, then why is it so difficult to get rid of this one wrong illusion? Same way as you have thought that you are this mind body complex. Now put the right belief on it, isn't it? And you can be free. But the only thing is, because you are in this illusion for so long and you love it, you love a wrong belief. People kill each other on a wrong belief, isn't it? In the name of politics, in the name of religion, in the name of nations, we kill each other. All these are wrong beliefs, isn't it? Who created the boundaries? Who created nations? Nations keep changing. Land doesn't know, birds doesn't know that I belong to this country or that country. Only human beings know because of their belief. This wrong belief that I am the body has created this word, this samsara for us. If I am not this mind body complex, then who am I? As mentioned in this shloka, any thought which comes, it doesn't come to reality. All thoughts talks to ego, the one who thinks he is this mind body complex. Do you think all these thoughts are suggesting that pure self? What to do, what not to do, how to judge people, how to like or dislike, and keep planning what is next, what is next. This constant noise in the head, is it for pure self? Whom this is for? If you deeply ask this question, probably you can get rid of these thoughts. But the questioner has to be very, very sincere about this question. If you are sincere, then how long this illusion can last? But if you're sincere for a moment and the next moment you're completely indulging in the mind and what it brings to you, then you're going one step forward and two steps backward. If illusion persists, it is us to blame, not to anything Maya. We call it Maya, yes. But we are interested in this Maya, which is actually not. And again, go back to the best example you can find every day. Dream body, when you dream, who creates all these people around you? Who creates a situation? You are in that situation as an individual, and then there are others. And we all know that it was all creation of our own mind. For that moment in dream, it created such a nice delusion that we believed. Then what happens in this waking state? Why we can't make a hole in it? Why we can't break it? What is going wrong here? Again, a belief that this is real. As sometimes we have a lucid dream, a dream in which the dream is going on, but we know that it is a dream, then all anxiety drops. If someone is chasing you with a knife, now you don't care. Nothing is happening. It is just a dream. When this happens in this waking state, someone chasing you with the knife, what would you do? You will keep running, isn't it? And if you believe that it is a dream, bystanders will say, keep running. It is not a dream, it's reality. Who are all these people? They are part of this waking dream. But this time they look other, isn't it? It is the same self which is doing all this. And so many people we think appear to be so many different people, all different. Reality to a deluded person is only a play to a sage. It is only a play. For an ignorant, life ends at the body. I am this body. For a jnani, he also uses the body. though he has no attachment to the body. But he knows that I am all the bodies. Or you can say his identity doesn't stop on the body. He does not localize himself to one thing, one individual. Only thing which keeps us as an individual is our mind. Because, yes, there are all individual minds playing up in each body, trying to keep it one. But if you want to get out of this game of illusion in the mind, you can transcend because you are much, much bigger, vast. If the mind is ancient for so long, you are eternal. If this drama is going on for so many years, whatever people say, millions, billions of years, you have no time frame, you are beyond time. You know, when you see a dream at night, how complex that dream is, whatever time has passed in the dream, there are palaces, there is a very big situation, you are king. Do you think that makes the dream real? Complexity of the dream makes dream real? Still, it is a dream. Same is here in this waking dream. There are details, people get involved in things, and all this happens simply because nobody questions it. The one who questions it gets out of the dream. And the best question is to ask, who am I? If you say, I am Atman, then the problem is that you will think saying this I am Atman thing is sorted out. Because you can have your own mental construct about I am Atman, and then you will put I am Atman along with I am wife, I am husband, I am brother, I am employee, I am employer, whatever it is. And then you will walk around as same as what you do all the time. We have made concepts about every term. We have misused, we have abused all these terms. We have made our own concepts. If you want to repeat, to get out of the illusion, say, I am nothing. Because mind has no clue what Atman is. Mind only knows things. Nam and Rupa, names and forms. It does not know the essence. When it sees a jewelry, it sees an ornament. These are bangles or whatever their names are. Mind cannot say it is gold. Names and forms keeps changing. But the essence, what we are, is same. Names and forms keeps coming and going, but that eternal essence stays the same. It never changes. And two things cannot happen together. You can be dreaming or you cannot be dreaming. To stop this waking dream, stop your identification with name and form for yourself and for others, for everything. And when you practice this sincerely, that will unfold, that reality will unfold, and unreal will is already unreal. Reality is only real, but you don't know. It will just reveal to you, that's all. There's nothing new will happen. If you call it new, yes, your illusion will disappear. You're not going to discover anything new. What is. Then life will be like a lucid dream, no effect on you. But still, body will behave appropriately in a situation as it has to. Because source is the same for all bodies. Energy is coming from there. Even intelligence is coming from there. But that ego mind takes up the responsibility and start thinking that I am doing, I am doer, and I am smart, and I know everything. This arrogance of I know everything, or I know something, or I can do it, that arrogance is ego, nothing else. That is illusion. All the people who are reformers, all the people who are intentionally looking to help others, whether anyone wants help or not, all these peoples who are being respected by society because they are doing so much of good work. I'm not against good work, but actually, that is not helping them to get out of this. Understand this subtle, sublime truth. I don't know. Maybe they don't believe in that higher power within them, not outside them. I would say you will do more good when you realize your own self as what you are. One thing is sure, whether you do good or not, but you cannot do bad. Because so many charities, they start with a good will and then later they start feeding themselves only. People donate money. I don't know, but I've heard half of that money or even more goes in the people who manage it, in their salaries and their meetings and lot of expenses. The one who is after money, the one who is full of ego, the one who is only pampering this body, how can he be unbiased? See Bhagavan, even a medicinal herb he will distribute to everyone. Whatever used to come in old hall, he used to distribute with everyone. No individuality, no person. For him, no body. He was established in the nothingness. We have some attachment to name and form even of his. We should mainly get attached to that self within, which is Bhagavan in all of us. Be that. Then whether you keep his picture or no doesn't matter. You keep his name doesn't matter. If you really want to enjoy this life, then I would say allow this self to unfold. This will help to dissolve all your intentions and sankalpa, your long list of desires. Because all these desires continue this delusion, keeps you on your toes. Present, past, and future is all construction of our mind. And it always loves to stay in past or future. It has divided life into these three tenses only to give you tension. Self knows no time. Time continues in the dream. Outside the dream, it is always this moment. Body moves in you. You don't move in the body. Self contains bodies. You are this pure silence which we are not creating. When noise of the mind disappears, then what is left is pure silence. We can silence mind to some extent by various tools, methods. But as Bhagavan's put down nicely, all of them only control to some extent. They don't make it disappear. They don't destruct. They don't finish off the story. It is like Western medicine. You keep taking pill for a disorder all your life. No cure. Whether diabetes, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, or whatever you call any disease. Because egoistic intention is to get something out of your suffering. So the farmer gets richer, doctors also continue in business, and your disease continues, and you're still happy. Yes, I am taking half a dozen pills and the disease is under control. Same is most of the tools. Come to the root cause. Root out ego, and plant of this illusion will be dead. Treat it like a weed. Don't do any pruning, just pull it out. And don't look back. And don't worry. What to worry in a dream? When you have no relationship with the body, people praise or abuse, who cares? And who are these people? Part of the same dream. And if you trust that source, whatever it does to any body, it knows. We don't know the full story. If compassion has to come for a situation, it will come. You don't have to worry about it. When the middleman goes away, then the body is in control of that pure self, which takes care of everything. When your ego has that much of trust and faith, then it dissolves. It all starts with faith. What ego has done, ego has collected some tools to survive in this world of dream. It has some knowledge, some education, a job, some social security. It has created its own samsara, own world. And it appears to us as if we are managing, ruling. We are so smart. And we have created this duality because of insecurities of ego. Ego is always insecure. Understand this. Illusion is always insecure because it can disappear anytime. It has no existence. It creates existence on falsehood, on false knowledge. That is why it is always agitated, restless, paranoid. When all these things becomes extreme, then we call it a mental health issue. But in reality, we all have this issue, except the jnani. To lesser or larger extent, it keeps us on toes. When you understand this truth by contemplation, then internally you give up this mental construct. That is what we call surrender. There are no stages in it. This is all our internal work. No one else will give up this ego for us. We have to do this job. Other day, someone told me that he asked this question, "Who am I?" in morning, and then leaves everything to the grace of Bhagavan to sort it out. And I asked what he does whole day. He says, "I go through ups and downs of life as everyone does. And I know one day Bhagavan will finish it." We have subcontracted all this job to Bhagavan. And we have made "Who am I" as a ritual, as a mantra early morning, 5 minutes. And then Bhagavan will one day do it for us. But we have no time to put efforts. Purest of teaching, we can make it like this, putting our own little mind into it. It is all matter of convenience. We are so attached to this, what is happening, that we have no time to look within. No one can do it for you, not even Bhagavan. Yes, if you have no interest, no intention, and you pray to Bhagavan or to self or to that absolute, it will happen. Not just because of your prayers, because you have no other interest. Your interest continues this journey. All this knowledge and teacher and everything is coming from your own grace. Understand this. Though it is illusory dream, but with some grace, that knowledge is coming in the dream to free you from the dream. Again, don't hold to the name and form. Stay more with that absolute. Keep your attention there. When our attention is on the pure self, which appears non-existent, then starts appearing. And then what appears to be always there start disappearing. It is exactly like out of sight, out of mind. We never look within. So for it, it is non existent. If you are in solitude, you are sitting on your own, either you can be focused on your incessant thoughts or you can leave them and go within and get established in that pure self. As Bhagavan used to sit and sit and sit in that silence, sometimes until early morning, they were just sitting. He had no mind, but that silence was silencing other minds in that pure sitting. We all can help each other by honestly abiding in that silence within, moving with that silence in society with people, and what a big difference it can create. More than your actions, it can speak for you. But with one difference, actions coming from doership always causes bondage and suffering to you. Here there is no doership. It will let things happen in the most beautiful way. And you will have no clue how it is happening. It works in its own mysterious way. I'll tell you, yourself is so addictive. It is so blissful. What you call vairagya, dispassion, has no meaning because you are getting so much within you. And then we realize we were running for all these things only for that little bit of happiness. And we are the infinite source of that happiness. So the doer drops, actions drop, intentions drop, desires drop. You don't have to do anything for it. But all these sages, when they have realized, they are telling us the way to have vairagya, to have dispassion, to look within. Because they know the day you will realize it, then nobody has to tell you how to discipline your life. All these teachings are to bring you to the source. A lot of people feel it is hard to leave things because obviously you love it. You are so attached, and you don't have to leave things physically, only in your mind. Your attachment to things. I would say attach to the source. Go towards source. Everyone wants to be happy, even animals, everything. It is hard for animals to know the source, though it has happened in Bhagavan times. And this is something, a big blow on people's ego, isn't it? If a pet dog in your house becomes enlightened and you don't, how would you feel? We have so much of ego that I am intelligent. I'm keeping my pet so nicely. I've spent so much of money on this pet. And bloody, this pet is enlightened, not me. How much big blow to the ego in Bhagwan days around him. And it only signifies that all this relative knowledge which we are proud of is useless. If you have never heard, then please Google Lakshmi cow. How she was blessed. It is hard to believe, isn't it? I would say better to be a cow than human being. If enlightenment is so easy for an animal. Only our mind gives importance to things and what we are doing or what we want to do. And we all know this. 10 years ago, you might be interested in something. Now you don't even want to look for those things. Just like kids busy in some toys and then they don't care about those toys. Go beyond mind. Realize how vast you are, how blissful you are. People talk about compassion. What compassion when everything is you? There are no strangers. Don't bring all this knowledge at level of mind. Don't think, just feel, be. It is not food for thought, it is food for self. And don't make any concepts. Practice it. Have firm belief on it. And then you will realize how quickly this will unfold. And the good news is once it unfolds, it never goes away. Because there would be only a fool in this world who will again go into the garbage of mind when you are in so much of bliss. There is not even one single exception to the rule. Once you know forever. And you don't slip back into Maya. If you slip back, that means you were never out of it. You always had one foot in it. Which we call yog bhrasht. You were on journey and then you slipped. It is like snake and ladder. You go up and then you come down. Once you realize, then you don't have to repeat that I am this. This repetition of saying Aham Brahmasmi, or self-inquiry, who am I? These efforts will drop and you will be in your natural Sahaj state. Sahaj Samadhi. But keep your flame burning with your efforts until it becomes natural. Whatever life left in this body, more or less, if with your intense longing you start staying, in your heart, in that self, that is enough. And practice will drop. It has to drop one day. Because that is what reality is. For reality, if you are putting efforts, then how can it be reality? Efforts are also put in the illusion only. These tools are very important. Whenever you feel agitation because of any relationship with anyone, and you give reminder that what you are, whether you call Brahman, Atman, self, nothing, Chidakash, space, awareness, whatever works for you, which takes you away from your identity of the mind body, that is good. But it should be constant, not like a ritual for 5, 10 minutes in morning or evening. Yes, in solitude you can be more deeper into it, but it should continue all the time. As Bhagavan puts it rightly, it should be like oil pouring out continuously or a river flowing, constant. Perseverance with patience till it becomes effortless. So internally it is a full-time job. Not just attending satsang 3 times a week. That is only a booster. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.